Michael Fullan, great to see you.
Hello, Tony Mackay. Good to be with you again.
Michael, 10 years ago, you published a paper titled Choosing the Wrong Drivers for Whole System Reform. And here we are, 10 years later, and you are about to publish and release a new paper, The Right Drivers for Whole System Success. Why now?
First, just to show you that a lot of this is driven by practitioners for us, it was a superintendent who said to me 4 or 5 months ago, the strategies and policies that are around are not working. We loved your right drivers paper, your wrong drivers paper 10 years ago. That's what we need. And so she didn't ask me to do it. She just meant it casually. And then I thought immediately that was a good idea. So to get to your point, why now? I think there are three big reasons, and they feed on each other. That they're all together. That's why the timing is right. The first big reason is the convergence of the destruction of the planet. I hate to be that dramatic, but that's what it is. And there are four elements that are feeding on each other. And I'm going to name them and give them, they're not quite nicknames, but they're adjectives. So climate, disintegrating; inequality, galloping; social trust, plummeting; mental health, staggering. So these four things the last have intensified almost month after month in the last 4 or 5 years. So that's one of three things that I see as big. The second causal agent is COVID, of course, COVID-19, and that is we can say a lot of things about it. I think there's a succinct way of putting it, which is it has discombobulated the world, top down everything. It has it has created such chaos and such possibilities that it can go bad or it can go worse. But there's an entree here for action. I think that's part and parcel of COVID's evolution. And then the third reason, a little more positive, is what I would call the pent up desire for change. The education hasn't been working. These other things that have been happening to the planet, everybody is on edge about that. And they want to make some changes. And it's hard to calculate the consciousness of the pent up desire, but I'll use three terms to get at them. Some people are poised to want to do something. They're ready. They let me go, give me a chance. Some of it I think is latent. On the right conditions, they will rise to the occasion. And other parts of it are inchoate, that is not quite formed yet. So if you take this, I think that cluster I just described, in it is the ingenuity of humankind. And that's actually one of the drivers, as you know, of the social intelligence. So I think people will rise to the occasion. And I think if you take these three big forces I've just mentioned, you've got a powerful condition that makes it absolutely right, a once in a century opportunity to make transformative change. Really, empirically, I mean that. It's really got that potential.
Michael, when you published Choosing the Wrong Drivers for Whole System Reform, as you have indicated, or at least implicated, I think, it had a huge impact. It had an impact amongst communities of research, policy, and practice. Here we are 10 years later, the right drivers for whole system success. What's your hope of the influence and impact of this paper?
Well, the previous paper did have the impact, but it wasn't dramatic. It wasn't an explosion of activity. It hit the right tones and you know really immediately got to people and they recognized it. I guess I'll say cognitively in a way. So I didn't think it had the oomph, but it had a lot of resonance for sure. And right now, I think what we hope to achieve, it's different in terms of the forces are more powerful. Therefore, there's more potential. I think that the wanting some way out of this is there in big numbers. So there's really a lot of potential. But as you know, I didn't actually put an implementation plan in this report. I thought it was just too big to start articulating strategy 1, strategy 2. It's just very big. So I think our job now, in a lot of different ways, a lot of different combinations, is to form various elements of an implementation action that can coinciding or integrating. And I can name what I think is going to happen. I think that what I hope to achieve is that because the timing is so right, I think there's a rich vein to be tapped that people will really want to, it'll quickly get to them. And I'm going to call that the awareness vein, that people are aware. It's like kind of, you can look in the mirror these days almost, or look at society and feel that you're looking at not just yourself, but you're looking at evolution changing in a sense before your eyes. Young children feel that. So it's much more palpable now. So I think that awareness, I think that there is also a lot of people who have been trying, people in our new pedagogies for deep learning, our 10 countries, clusters of schools, big parts of this and that are trying to make these changes. So that's action already underway. We hope to tap into that. And then there is, I think, people who will, once they see, because there's been so much negative experience and negative message, there's almost a disappearance of hope now. And what we're trying to do here is tap into the new possibilities of hope on the rise. I call it learned hopefulness that could come of this. So I think the other one then is that we will find people who will rise to the occasion because of this. So for all of these reasons, I think the next 24 months, the next 6 months are crucial. And I think the action is already there. It's going to be very complicated to orchestrate it. And I think Mariana Mazzucato, the economist who just wrote the book Mission Economy, she equates it to the moon message, the moon.
Moon shot.
The moon, yeah, the moon shot within a decade.
Yeah.
President Kennedy's in 1960s early, and so now when she equates that, I think it is like that, and it was not like step 1, step 2. It's in some ways it's crowdsourcing
Yes.
implementation, but then being able to stimulate the strands of it, and now and then pull it together in a more of a powerful focus. So I don't know how it's going to work. I just know the time is right and the conditions are there for action. So let's just really go for it. It's so crucial that we do this.
Michael, thank you. This paper is about to be released and shared across our respective jurisdictions, across our geographies. I know that I speak for members of the educational community and beyond when I say that we acknowledge the power of your thought leadership, and together with, as you point out, a serious orientation toward action, this paper at this moment is going to have impact that I know others will embrace, and it will stimulate precisely the kind of conversation, discussion, dialogue, but as you point out, more importantly, the action that we need to advance our respective learning systems. So thank you.
Well, I think the way it's laid out, I think my main last message is there will be no excuse for people not to take action right now with this report.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Tony.